In this next section, you'll be cutting and shaping the boards for later attachment to the bike.
We purchased an old snowboard at a garage sale for $10, and today we're going to measure the appropriate measurements and make the cuts for our board for our powder bike. Measure the front, 22 inches from the nose, and that's going to bring us right about here on the board. And again, we're going to sort of slide that over and make sure we've got that cut straight, like that. Again, we'll line up our tape measure across there and draw a line straight across the board, like so.
After you have the measurements for the front made, flip your board around and measure 27.5 inches from the tip of the rear fin.
And that's going to bring us right to about the center of the board, right there. So I'm going to make a line, and you want to make sure you get your backboard straight, so I'm going to make a line on both sides of the board like that, and I'm going to draw another line across the board like that to make sure your cut is straight, like that.
When you have both of your lines marked, saw on the lines from top to bottom through the board until you hit the metal edges. You can finish cutting through the metal edges with a hacksaw or wire snips. You can use a razor blade or a knife to cut through the soft layer on the bottom of the board. Now that you've got the front board done, you can move on to the back board. Again, saw on the lines from top to bottom through the board until you hit the metal edges. Be sure to save the center section of the board to make the riser platforms for the hubs. After you're done cutting the board pieces, round the corners where you cut with your hacksaw. Be sure to mark and cut all 4 corners. Mark lines first and then cut with a hacksaw. You can use a ruler to make sure the corners are even. Make sure there are no sharp metal points sticking out that could cause injury. Use a metal file to smooth them down. This process can be done before or after the bike is finished, as seen in video. Next, we'll be further modifying the heavy-duty handles that we purchased at the hardware store. Clamp the bar portion of the handle in a pair of vice grips and carefully hammer the top bar until it slightly bends. Careful to only bend the bar and not the base of the handle. You do not want to damage the base of the handle during the bending process. Carefully separate the bar from the base of the handle. Repeat this process twice, and you've just turned a pair of handles into hubs. The axle will be inserted into the hub and mount the boards on the powder bike. The holes in my handle bases weren't big enough to accommodate the bolts that I purchased from the hardware store, so I had to re-drill those to accommodate the bolt size. Make sure you drill all 8 holes on both hubs.
Now that we have our snowboard cut to the appropriate measurements, we will measure the placement for our handle bases. The handle bases will be used to mount the boards to the powder bike.